Ladies and gentlemen, happy post-Mother's Day. Today is Monday, May the 15th. Very excited about our guest today, so sit back, relax. Roundtable starts right now. Let's go. I mean, what more do we have to say about the guest of honor this evening? Ladies and gentlemen, warm round of applause. Give it up, everybody, for Alan Fu of Black Tiger. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matt Pinfield. I wish I had the applause sound effects. Ladies and gentlemen, help us welcome into our chat this afternoon, Mr. Scotty Fox. I still got to get sound effects of clapping. I just realized that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Stoller.
What is this?
I've been very, very lucky. I've met great people.
I do this show with 3 every Monday, so it's nice. What is it like to watch that video now for you?
Well, I was just thinking, back then we thought, why don't we have the budget like some of these big bands, that were coming out, like the Duran Durans and like even Flock of Seagulls that I play with now. When I watch them all, we're all on a budget. I mean, we're using tin foil and smoke and crappy lighting and stuff. It was all just new territory, so it makes me laugh, that I was so worried that we were all just starting on a whole new, path.
This is great, man. I'm unfortunately, I'm gonna have to start winding down. But how cool was this that we made this happen tonight, man? And DJ Staples, thanks for having me. And Precious, man, thanks for having me as well, man, because it's like I said, we ain't making records, we're making history, and we got to cherish and embrace what we've done.
The sky's the limit, and you never know what can happen in the future with it, right? You never know what's going to come out of it. That's the main thing with that.
For me, Dan, it's a way to still be in Triumph without having to tour. Like Triumph was a circus. The music business is a bit of a circus. And it's fun to be in the circus, It also, it's pretty tiring, and it demands a lot of your personal life. And I didn't want to give up, my time with my kids and my wife, or my mother, my father. Family means a lot to me, and so I was very content to say I was lucky enough, to have the success that we had and experience all those big shows and the gold records that go along with it.
Reach for the sky and hold your head up high, for tonight and every night. You're a superstar, and don't you be afraid. Think of all the friends you made. Like any other night, you got your name in lights. You're a superstar.
What year were the Winnipeg Blue Bombers founded?
Oh, you dog. I don't know.
All right.
I should. I'm such a bad fan. 1921. Let's go with that.
All right.
And that is how the clock runs out.
Colin Smith, ladies and gentlemen, how are you?
I'm very well.
My children say, "Oh, that's the girl that sings with your friend Colin."
My friend Rob, who would come to the underground a lot, was a fan of how I did stuff. Christina was always very nice, and her organization was always very nice, and I was very well taken care of.
You're a superstar.
Dr. Love, I wanna take you back in the sun. On a lazy afternoon, the summer's begun. Sexy girls, handsome guys, having fun in the sun. Dr. Love, take me there. Dr. Love, I wanna take you back in the sun. On a lazy afternoon, the summer's begun. Sexy girls, handsome guys, having fun in the sun. Dr. Love, take me there.
Take me there, take me there. up and I'm sure I am a man with a million memories, but now I'm down to my knees. You got the power in your hands, I hope now is the time to understand. Can you see my devotion? Running free like the ocean. Hear my heart feel the season, I can help it cause you're the reason. Hear me on the line if I have to, but I know it's fine if I want to. SDAYNC, and if you wanna have fun you better call me. Get down, everybody getting down. Take me there. Dr. Love, where you take me, Dr. Love. You can take me anywhere, doesn't matter, I don't care. Take me here, take me there, you can take me everywhere. Handsome guys, pretty girls, take me all around the world. The world, 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 the world.
Take me there, Dr. Love. I wanna take you back to the sun on a lazy afternoon. The summer's begun. Sexy girls, handsome guys, having fun in the sun. Dr. Love, take me there. Dr. Love, I wanna take you back to the sun on a lazy afternoon. The summer's begun. Sexy girls, handsome guys, having fun in the sun. Dr. Love, take me there.
Take me there.
Take me there.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Somebody tell me how
Oh.
a Euro Nation hat made it all the way down under. That's what I want to know.
That's what I want to know. I want to shout out to Lexi for saying, "Well, you're on the right channel, Lexi. We are playing Euro on the channel this evening."
It is Euro.
But it's a special
Euro.
occasion that we play, right? It's a special occasion that we play Euro on this channel this evening, right?
It is, guy. It is a very special
So-
occasion.
Yeah, it's because it's post Mother's Day, and I know a lot of mothers love Euro.
I feel like there's a joke coming here somewhere.
Okay, no, that's it. That's it. That's all. That was a
That's
shitty
it?
joke, is what it was.
That was it?
I just want to say one thing. Yeah, I do want to warn people when I'm around somebody else that likes to curse, I curse a lot. So if there's any kids in the room here, just letting you, if my kids, who are probably mad at me right now, anyway, long story, if they're watching, you didn't hear these words from me. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Send the little ones off right now. Send the little ones
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Send them off. Shout out to everybody in the chat real quick. Tara, MC Tom, Glenn McBride, all the way down from down under. We got some new people in the chat, AJ as well. I'll get to everybody there. DJ Apollo, thank you. He gifted a sub.
Thanks for that
Apollo's
sub,
the guy. But listen, speaking of Apollo, because we all know that he does have Farva. That's funny. Farva just subscribed. Enough of your shenanigans. All right, so listen, our guest today, I mean, everybody knows who he is. I mean, I don't have to do too much of an intro, but he's a producer, DJ, writer. He does it all. You saw one of his songs that we just played off the bat. We'll play another one a little bit later. He's back. He's doing some mashups. Thank you for the 1 bit. That's really going to help. But he's back. He's doing some mashups. You follow him on his Facebook page. You can follow him on the Instagram. I'm sure he's got a Twitter, obviously. And certainly, last but not least, on here on the Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, Euro Attic in the house, all the way from Down Under.
Welcome.
Samus J, everybody.
With the freestyle beats intro.
Really?
Yeah.
From
Why would you
every
do that?
instrumental, you had to choose the freestyle intro. From every
Yeah.
instrumental,
And
you
listen,
chose the freestyle.
usually people just get the applause sound effect, all right? So we gave you a special intro with the freestyle guy. So
I got to put you on my list.
So
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Samus? How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, handsome?
Oh, I'm wonderful. We're gonna just make like we didn't chat before offline and stuff, and make like it's the first time we're actually seeing one another. But it's nice. I'll say this: it's nice to meet you in person because, you know, like I've heard a lot about you, and then we became friends on Facebook, and then we began to chat a little bit on Twitch, and we realized we got similar warped sense of humors, and but I mean. Aside from all that, I mean, you're an accomplished producer, DJ, writer, all this other good stuff. So, according to Love Bunny, we're both asses, but she spells her name without an H. So what does she know? Right? So get the fuck out of here to start. But no, man, it's nice. It's nice to have you here. Honestly, I mean, you're a good dude. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
No,
So,
thank you for having me, guys. This is going to be a very interesting roundtable event.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
So-
hello to everyone in the chat.
Everyone say hi. We could do a quick roll call if you want. Matthew. Was it Matthew Kicks?
Yeah, he's from Down Under.
Is he? Okay. Glenn McBride. We all know good old Glenn McBride.
Yeah.
Euro Addict is here. Who else? Shout out to DJ Apollo, the man, the myth. Euro Nation.
Mauricio's in the chat. Shout out to Brett
Wow.
Shirley, Euro Nation. Mike Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I feel accomplished. I got Euro Nation in my chat here. So there you go.
That's it.
But he's right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
if Euro Nation's in the chat, I want to ask again, how did a hat make it all the way down under, but said Took could not make it here in Grimsby, Ontario, in Niagara region? I'm not that far, guy.
Come
It's
on.
I'm not asking for much, just a hat.
It's about Samus today. We're not going to worry about you not getting a stupid
True.
hat.
It is about
Man,
him.
give the man
I
a
say
hat.
stupid,
Give the
it's a
man
nice
a hat.
hat. Yeah.
Give him a hat. The dude's wearing a beret. Give him a hat, man.
Yeah. Wearing a beret. Yeah. I was going to make a Curtis Sliwa joke, but that's a New York
Hey,
reference.
you said earlier too. So Glenn McBride's in the chat, and you said earlier that Glenn McBride, I think you said in the chat that he had something to do with that video that we played off the bat.
Yeah,
there.
Glenn McBride did the video for Dr. Love.
Really? Okay.
Very talented dude. Very nice guy.
He is a very nice good. He was also Times Man of the Year one time. Fun fact.
Yeah, 2006. Look it up.
That's right. So Samus, let's. How old of a guy are you, if you don't mind me asking?
How old?
Yeah. How old are you?
I turn 40 next month.
Okay, so you're a young guy. All right. So I'm just trying to get an idea. So you're in your 40s. What kind of music?
No. I'm not in my 40s.
Well, sorry. You're going to be 40. You're going to be 40.
Don't rush the clock, guy. Don't rush the clock.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. My bad. So you're going to be 40. So did you grow up on Euro music? Like what types of music were your early influences?
I actually started off with hip hop and gangster rap.
That a boy.
Wow.
When I was 10 years old, my sister had a 15th birthday party, and it was in the garage, and it was all this hip hop music playing, and there was a DJ with 2 turntables, and he was just manipulating. He was scratching and cutting, and I loved what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, I want to try this out,
Yeah.
And me being 10, sneaking out to go into the garage, I go up to the DJ. I go, "Okay, can you show me how to do this stuff?" And he looked at me thinking, "Why is there a 10-year-old here in the party?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm the brother of the girl, my sister."
Yeah.
And he started showing me a few things, and I fell in love. And that was it.
Yeah.
And then my sister went overseas for a holiday. I would have been 12 at that time.
Right.
And she went to Lebanon. And she came back with like a box of cassette tapes of all Eurodance.
Okay.
And I didn't even know about Eurodance. Like I knew about Rhythm is a Dancer and all those early dance style of music, but I didn't know it was called Eurodance. I just thought dance music. So she came back and she had all these cassette tapes with her, and I'm like, wow. And they're all mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all just mixed, one track after the other, and I'm like, no, this is where it's going to be for me. I loved it from there.
Nice.
And then did you say to yourself, like, this is the music I want to like emerge myself in. I want to make this. I just want to do it. Is that kind of what happened, or did you, how did you go from that to where you're at today? Like what's, I know there's a long period in between, but
from Euro, I also fell in love with trance music. So I listened to a lot of classic trance from Tiesto, Paul Van Dyke, Matt Darey, Red Jerry, a lot of classic guys, Ferry Corsten and whatnot. And it was a mix of two. And dance music was very popular in the 90s here in Melbourne. I was part of a radio station called Hits FM, a very big volunteer radio station. And I was doing work there, and I got a job doing the audio jingles for a couple of the shows.
Oh, right on.
And dance music was just so popular here that every time I was doing the school hall parties, it'll just be dance music. R&B was basically dead by that time. Like no one wanted R&B until the early 2000s.
When you first picked up your, what did you first pick up in terms of equipment? Do you remember what it is that you first bought and when you bought it?
Yeah, so before I had the money to purchase new equipment, I had 3 cassette players, and I would have cassette number 1 playing one song. I'd have cassette number 2 blending into cassette number 1 while I was recording with the 3rd cassette player. And that's how I did my mixtapes, and like the effects I would use, like, how you got that turntable, when you turn off the turntable, you got that low pitch effect.
Yeah.
Like I would do that by pushing the pause button slowly to try and blend into the next track. And it was so old school. I had no help. It was basically just trial and error. By the time I was 19, I purchased a Pioneer DJM 300. The old school little silver 2-channel mixer and 2 Technic 1210s. And I just went straight into it.
Nice.
We have MC Tom actually said that you are the MacGyver. Where did it go?
MacGyver, right above the
The
wall.
MacGyver of mixing. That's pretty. I didn't know you could do that with tape decks. I didn't realize you could do all that.
I know a guy who back in the day, they used to take the covers off of the tape decks and they push down, the part that turns that wheels in. They push down slowly to kind of slow it down and kind of thing, just to match up.
That's interesting.
There are so many techniques of doing it. I just didn't know how. I just didn't know how. My shit was awful. It was awful. But people didn't care about the mixing. They just cared about the music.
Yeah.
When you bring all this music from overseas and no one here knows anything about it due to licensing and restrictions of territory, people wanted to know what was going on. But she also brought a cassette of freestyle music, which I binned because freestyle is shit. And I'm going to say to everyone in the chat, freestyle is shit. It's bad. It shouldn't have been done. So you guys all need to reevaluate yourselves.
Wait,
Sorry,
did you talk to DJ Apollo before coming on the show today?
No.
Apollo, or like,
I've heard of DJ Apollo. I think I've seen him once or twice on Twitch.
He's wonderful because he's a good gentleman and loves Euro, hates freestyle.
Hates the
freestyle.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, man. I mean, it's like 2 cats screaming at each other and a cow giving birth. It's just fucking disgusting.
Oh, that's great. And apparently Glenn McBride hates freestyle.
So everyone hates freestyle. Look at the chat.
I know. Everyone's banging on their chest now. Racing photographer, thank you.
They're coming out of the closet.
Planet Rock on the Loop sucks. All right, maybe we should do that.
Hey, racing photographer, great to see you.
It's all good. It's just personal taste. Some people have taste, some don't. That's all good.
No, no, fuck that. No
taste. By the way, let's welcome into the chat Stevie B.
Stevie B, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. I'll say this about freestyle. I like freestyle, but I will say this, and I will always say this about freestyle. It's the only genre of music where you don't have to sing on key. Just saying. So,
sure.
Yeah. Whatever. All right. So, do you remember the first time you actually put something out to the masses, and how did it feel? Did you hear it on the radio? Did you hear somebody else playing it at a party? Like, do you remember having that kind of an experience at all?
I grew up with a lot of mega mixes, right? So I was heavily influenced by a couple of mega mixes here in Australia. One called Nick Skits, KCB, Alex K, a Melbourne DJ called Jeff Sturry, and a German mega mixer goes by the name of DJ Deep. He's done a lot of Eurodance mega mixes from late 80s all the way up till I think 97. And I wanted to do that. I loved how everything was mashed, you know. And then after 97, there was a compilation out that I picked up called Max Mix. And it was a group of Spanish DJs. And man, they were incredible. Like they would manipulate the actual song from its original and transform it to something else. And it was just pure mashups and mega mixing, and it was all full of energy. And that's what I loved. You know, I wanted to learn how to do something like that, but I wanted to do it with my own taste in music.
Sure.
So in 2000, when I graduated from high school, I started practicing. Like there was no YouTube videos and tutorials back then, right?
Right.
So I opened up a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation, and I literally read through the whole help file, like thousands of pages. Like help file, I would remember the page I was on. Next day, I would go into it again. And I would study and I would practice and I would rehearse. And back then, there was no high quality MP3s. You're looking at like 128 kbs or 192 if you're lucky. If you had 192 kbs MP3, you struck gold.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But then you had the WAV files, which people would rip CD singles off. And I just practiced and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and I could never do it. Like I could not get it right. I was cracking the shits. I wanted to blow up the planet, you know. And one day I sat down and I was just listening to one of the Max Mix CDs, and I was trying to mimic that mega mix. I was trying to copy it exactly.
Nice.
Like I ripped it off CD and I put it into the DAW, and I was trying to copy the beats, like how they juggled the beats together, back and forth, you know. You know how they managed to grab the acapella and just smash it in on key with another track.
Yeah.
And my music theory back then was terrible. Like it was really bad, my music theory. I wasn't a music producer yet. Like I had no knowledge of key mixing, none of that shit. And I just thought this sounded good. I'll just take this and smash it in there and hope for the best. And it wasn't until probably 3 years later, I went to a friend's and he gave me maybe 250 Eurodance CDs. And he's like, I want you to rip these and I want you to make a 90 CD for the car. You know, I'm like, all right, sweet. So I sat there for maybe 3 months, just ripping all these CD into WAV files. I think I've got a folder in here somewhere. If not, I can go and get it. But it was like booklets upon booklets of just CDs. I went to like Kmart and got those CD labels where you could like imprint the CDs, so you knew what songs were on what.
Yep.
And I started mega mixing from there. I practiced. I did the Ultimate 90s Volume 1. That took 6.5 months. And it was only meant for the car. So I had a copy for me and I had a copy for my friend. And he's like, no, you need to put this up on the internet. This is big. You got to put it up on the net. I go, oh, I don't know. You know, not many people know about this music. He goes, no, you got to put it up. So back then I had a website called samusj.com, right? And I put it up on there and I put it up in a lot of other Megamix forums, and it blew up. Like it blew up, and I wasn't expecting it to blow up. And I was like, I was shocked. Like, you know, it was off-key mashups, nothing, like it sounded really good, but it was off-key. And a lot of music producers and DJs would pick up on that today. And, you know, I was only 2004, it's probably 22, right? And people started sharing it, people were downloading it. And what happened was I got a lovely letter. People were going actually to the music store first. That's where the problem started. So people were going to the music store to see if they can purchase the CD. And we have a store here in Melbourne before it shut down called Sanity, Dance Arena, HMV. And people were going there asking, can we get this? Can we get this? Can we get this? Like, no, it doesn't exist. Where'd you get it from? So 6 months later, before YouTube came out, I had a nice, lovely love letter from a lawyer. Like it was an 80-page letter from the lawyer. It was like a cease and desist, and it had every single screenshot of my website. It had all the track listings of the Mega Mix, and it had record labels right next to each one.
Really?
And
wow.
I freaked out. I'm like, holy shit, what's going on here? I'm going to jail. I don't know. I'm too young for this shit. I thought I was going to jail.
Right, yeah.
And it was basically, they wanted me to hand in my entire hard drive with all my music. They wanted all the burnt copies. And how they managed to catch on it was my stupidity, right? So for people to get the CD, they had to do a quick like a $5 donation through PayPal, and I'll send him out the CD.
Right.
So one dude went undercover through a company called MIPI, which is like Music Investigation Piracy Industry or something. It's like RIAA in America, right? And some dude went undercover, put a $5 donation, and I sent him the CD with my return address, being an idiot.
Oh,
and
snap.
It was lawyers, right? And
wow.
It was a fucking crazy. Like, I went to my parents. My parents were like, "Good, you stupid."
Oh.
You know, being a DJ is not going to get you a career in the future. You're stupid. Learn the hard way. You know, I'm like, well, fuck, thanks for the support, guys. And
seriously,
so long story short, I had to there were two options I had. I had to cease and desist, and I had to shut down the website, or I had to pay $60,500 per song.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the website doesn't exist anymore, fair to say.
Yeah, pick which option I chose. Option one.
Yeah.
So
No kidding.
SamusJ.com got shut down. I told them I didn't have the CDs anymore. I told them you were the last one to get it, which is bullshit. I had given them shit.
You should have offered to sign it for them. Here you cunt.
This is the funny part, right? So then I get a phone call from a record label maybe 6 months later. So SamusJ.com is down. You know, I went MIA. I was freaking out. I was hiding under my bed. You know, I was too scared to leave the house, thinking I was going to get arrested or some shit over a mix CD, right? And back then, there was a lot of shops selling bootleg mixes. A lot of shops in Melbourne, Sydney booming, Western Australia booming, and my CDs were there, and I didn't know that. So someone downloaded my mix, made a cover for it, and started selling my freaking mixtapes without me knowing, and they were pocketing thousands, man. Like, I'm talking 30 to 50 grand here, and I had no idea this was happening, right? Yeah. And in Germany as well, the Germany mix scene as well, they were downloading my mixtapes and they were releasing it as another label. And I had no idea, and my name's all over this, so I'm the one getting shafted, and everyone's walking away. So 6 months later, SamusJ.com's down. There's no website. I'm MIA, and I get a phone call from a record label. I can't say who, and they're like, "We want you to work for us." I'm like, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" And they're like, "We need you to make music for certain artists and mixtapes, but you won't be credited for it." I'm like, "What? Do I get paid for it?" Like, yeah, you'll get paid for it, but you won't be credited for it. So I'm like, okay. And I flew to Sydney. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, a confidentiality agreement, all the jazz. And I started making mixtapes. So I was ghosting mixtapes for DJs. And some of these DJs would play for other, Gatecrasher, Ministry of Sound, Ibiza Club Session. So it was these big labels, and they wanted me just to do DJ mixtapes for them. Right?
That's wild. Yeah.
So I thought, okay, this is my foot into the door. Okay. Come 2008, the contract expired. So 2 years later, it was done. And they're like, "We want you to start making remixes, but you can't get credited for it." And mind you, there was no such thing as Ghost Productions back then. It's like, I'm like, how did you guys even find me? You know, like, I've disappeared for 6 months. And they're like, "Through your 90s mixtape," which is basically just an off-key mashup of just songs mixed all together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, okay. And they're like, "Here's your salary package. This is what you need to do. This is your deadline. And this is when we want to buy." I'm like, all right, sweet. So I started doing remixes of popular artists back then. At the time, it was Electro House. It was very popular back in the mid-2000s. Right? Eurodance was probably just dying out. Like, you had like Cascada and all them. They were fading out. You know, Electro House was coming in, Funk House, Electro House, Disco House. And from the remixing side, I then became a ghost producer. And that's all I've done since.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so
it never allowed you, though, to get out of that and just mix on your own?
To be honest with you, after the experience, after the exposure I had with the Ultimate 90s Volume 1, I didn't like the attention.
Right.
I didn't like.
Yeah,
I didn't like. I didn't enjoy the fame. I didn't like the fame. You
Mm.
know, I didn't like all this attention, and I was in the back of my head. I was worried. What if something happens again?
Mhm.
You know, it was just psychologically sitting in the back of my head. What would happen if I don't know? I made a track and I had some copyright sample or something, and I didn't know about it. You know, and so it was like that. You know, and the money when as a ghost producer, you make more as a ghost producer than you actually do as an artist, unless you're a touring DJ or a touring producer,
Okay.
right? Because you get paid royalties every quarter, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And at the time, I was young, and I thought, yeah, look, I'll just be a ghost producer, you know. So I started doing a lot of house music, and then it went to pop, a lot of R&B pop music, and nothing's changed since then. House music's back, and I've been doing now a lot of tech house, and trance music.
Okay.
Interesting. Wow.
So, what? Go ahead. Were you going to say something, Dan?
No, that's
Oh.
good. Go ahead.
What do you see? Sarah made a funny comment. Shout out to you. I see you, Sarah. So what are you seeing now? I mean, I always found growing up in Canada, I had friends that would travel to the UK, and in the UK they always had like the best house music, further along, more advanced. Eventually, those songs made its way to Canada, but it was like months later, and by that time, I was the uppity kid, like, oh, this shit's old. But I heard this, I was that kid, like, oh, I heard this months ago. It came from the UK. Do you find like that's what's happening by you? The music there is far more advanced, and then you're hearing that it's becoming popular elsewhere, like a lot later. Like, what's the music scene like right now where you're at?
The internet has made everything close.
Okay.
Back before everything blew up, I would get a lot of the songs to remix before they were commercially released. So I knew what was coming out and I knew the date.
Right.
So I was always ahead of the game when it came to that based upon what label I was working with. But back then, yeah, there was a lot of songs that was released in Europe and America and that was coming to Australia late. And that had to do with compilation licensing and publishing rights and everything like that. Okay. I did work for a lot of record labels in relation to compilations. So I was featured on Nick Skid's compilation, and that required a lot of publishing rights. I did my own compilation CDs under my own name, and that again, publishing rights and everything like that. So I wouldn't say there was a delay in the release. Like a friend of mine, he used to run Pro DJ in Melbourne. Mark from Extended Mix knows about Pro DJ, and like he would bring in all the DJ Bobo Eurodance stuff, like from Clark, DJ Bobo, and other people, right? And other labels wouldn't touch it due to publishing rights. So I think it was all about who would get in first, who would stick their hands in the pie first. You know, so. But now the internet has made everything accessible to everyone.
Sure.
If I release a song today, you're going to get it tomorrow. It's
absolutely.
Spotify,
Yeah.
True.
So I looked at your, or I'm looking as a reminder. I've got your Facebook page open, and you got a long list of producer artist here, artist producer here, DJ at this, that, and the other. But of course, the two that stick out for me, obviously, are Extended Mix and Euro Nation. So how does a guy from where you're from in Australia get connected with the likes of Mauricio and Euro Nation? How does that relationship start?
Well, the funny story with Mauricio, he hit me up back in March 2020. I think everything was in lockdown. And it was during lockdown, and he hit me up and he's like, do you want to be part of a mix battle? We want to introduce you to the show and we want you to be part of a mix battle. I'm like, mix battle? I'm like, battling what? He's like, oh, you do a set and I'll get another DJ to do a set and the audiences will vote which set they like the most and winner becomes the winner. And I'm like, okay, that's all right. So it was during a time where Melbourne was going through one of the strictest transitions ever because Melbourne had the longest lockdown in the world, right?
Yeah.
And because the world stopped, my job stopped. So I was out there trying to work in like my mail sorting facility and trying to earn some extra cash. And he hit me up. He goes, I want you to do a mixtape and we're going to air it in April. And I don't know if Euro Nation is still tuned in, but if he can find the flyer, maybe he can send it to one of you guys. He'll be able to post it up.
Yeah.
And I did a mixtape that went for 45 minutes, right? It wasn't an hour, it was 45 minutes. And one of the other DJs, oh, he does have the flyer, perfect. And one of the other DJs from Chicago did an hour, and it was the first time he ever introduced me to the show. So his people knew of me. I then brought my people on board, and my people knew of him, and it was just one big worldwide party. And from then on, I became part of the team, you know. And I didn't know about Urination until he approached me. I had no idea who he was, didn't know anything about him. But apparently he knew of me back in 2010, and I had no idea, the stalker. But
he's been following you a long time.
And I'm like, when he introduced me to his channel, I'm going through the wormhole of YouTube trying to see. I'm like, this guy's awesome. This guy's, you know, this guy's playing all this Eurodance music that that's never played anymore. And I just fell in love with the station. And then I met an amazing community of people.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just amazing people through that community. And now it's just one big family, you know. Me and Mauricio have a love-hate relationship. Like he loves to just ball break me, and I love to kick him in the balls.
Right. Have you physically met in person, the two of you?
No. I was planning on actually wanting to come up this year, but the weather's not so nice over there the time I wanted to come up, because I'm still in recovery. My body can't deal with hot weather, so I didn't want to deal with the heat.
Right.
So I try to avoid the heat as best I can, the best I can.
Gotcha. Understood. Okay.
So and from then on, I met people like Brett Shirley, who I've grown really close to as well. You know, like you guys are all through him. You know, Mark, I met through Urination as well. So how did I get to work with Extendamix? Through Urination, and that's how it all began.
That's wild.
So you guys came onto Twitch kind of together then after, like you had already met with Maurizio or known Maurizio before you came onto Twitch and everything. Then.
Yeah. So I jumped on Twitch when the clubs were closed, and it was really hard because I was doing 5 to 8 hour gigs a week, right?
Oh, wow.
So I was doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they were like 8 to 1, and I was doing them like Thursday, for like that long. And then when COVID hit, I'm like, well, shit, you know, I love DJing. I miss DJing. And then people were talking about Twitch, and all the DJs were jumping on Twitch. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to jump on Twitch.
Right.
Yeah.
So I jumped on Twitch, then I liked it, and it was fun. I met more people. A lot of my followers from Melbourne started jumping on there, and it just became great, you know. I picked up new friends along the way, but it's not the same as the clubs. Like you can't, like I tell Mauricio and a few of my friends, you can't look at a webcam and tell it to put its hands in the air.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So then I joined Kick, which is another streaming platform, which is the opposition of Twitch, and I'm on there as well. But it's not the same as the clubs. So
yeah.
What
you do have a pretty good following on Twitch here, obviously, and you've built a really great show that really does get interactive with your guests, or I'll say guests, but you know, with your chatters there, with your community. They really interact with you. What is it that brought your community together that way? What is it that you do that's so different that keeps everybody together like that?
You want the honest truth?
Yep.
I guess it's just, I think they love the banter.
Yeah.
I think they love the banter. I mean, the music's good, and every other, you know, Eurodance DJ plays the same shit as me, and I try. See, look, MC Tom, it's the insult. It's the banter. I'm just myself.
Yeah,
I say it how it is. You know, like if I'm halfway through a song and I don't like it, I just fucking swear it, I turn it off and play something else.
That's what I'm saying.
I insult people if they're, you know, being pricks. But I think people just love the banter. You know, people just love the banter, and I've got a very look. I'm the type of person I can't, even though I'm turning 40 in June. I'm not that type of person that acts my age. I'm young at heart. I like making people smile. I like making people laugh. You know, and I don't like to be the star of the show. I don't like to be the attention, you know, one that craves for attention. I guess I'm just myself, and people follow me for being myself. Then I know they're genuine followers.
That's why they love you. That's why we love you.
That's it. I've always said that. Like when it first came on Twitch, I used to say to Dan and maybe some other people that would listen to me, I'm like, I don't buy the niceness on Twitch. Everybody's too nice. I don't buy it. It's fake. And then as time went on, I think more and more people started just being themselves. Yourself included, like not just being you're just who you are. You've always been that way, and that's what I respect about you. Not
I
being
think
like
it's a balance. It's
Yeah.
got to be a balance because if people are, let's say, donating to my channel or if they're donating to my PayPal, that's their hard-earned money that they're donating
Yes.
to me. So
That's
there
right.
has to be a balance and a form of appreciation. You know, you can't be like, I'm just going to pick a name. Let's say Terry the Angel. Like Terry the Angel's followed me now for a very long time, and like she's one of the contributors of my show. It's not like me saying, "Oh, fuck's sake, Terry, you're donating to me again, you crazy bitch." You know,
Yeah.
there has to be a form of appreciation and gratitude because at the end of the day, if you're not going to show that nice side of you, there's
Yes.
no medium ground.
I got
And
you.
she's a crazy bitch, aren't you, Terry?
You know what? I wish that crazy bitch and all the other ones watching would donate to this show. How about that, fuckers?
There you go.
There you go.
And Terry, I will say it. I didn't say it was bad, Terry. I didn't say that his show was bad. I did not insinuate that at all. I always love watching Samus' show. So
Love Bunny with the 100 biddy. Oh
Get
wait, no,
the-
that's just one biddy.
It's just one itty bitty. Yeah.
Fine. She's like, here, take a
No
fucking
pressure,
penny.
guys. No pressure.
No, I'm only kidding. I
fucking
don't mean
penny
that
already,
at
that's
all.
all she's saying.
I have a full-time job. I'm okay. Oh my god. So
let's I want to talk about something now because you being how you are on your show and some people say it's aggressive. It's I don't think it's bad. I think again it's I look at it as humor. I think it is
Ooh, I got bits. Thank you.
great way to go, McShady. I think it's a great way to connect for sure. Right. So that being said, though, you connect in a very unique way. And one of the things that you do and one of the things that you say, and we talked about this beforehand because I friggin' love it. I think it's great because it does remind me of Staples, is you use that one word often. And you say that one word often, and Love Bunny put it in there. It is that C word.
Right.
What is it about that word that you guys absolutely friggin' love? I think it's hilarious.
I really didn't want to say the C word, but you can't sneak me no choice.
Here we are. Here we go. You're
I was trying
amazing.
to
Thank
be
you.
I was trying to be all professional up in here, but now
Yeah,
you
me
guys
too.
fucked it.
Yeah,
Brace
it's fuck-
yourself.
yeah, it's all gone. That's not doing it. Euro Nation, thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you so much.
I think the reason why I like to say the word cunt a lot is because it's therapeutic and it's illegal to grab someone and just bash their head against a fucking wall. So I think it's therapeutic in a way where you can just call someone, and like the word cunt can be used in a very versatile way. You've got dumb cunt, stupid cunt,
Right?
You fucking cunt.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
ugly cunt.
Yep.
There's just it's a pyramid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you could use it on anything you want.
I agree 100%.
Like the fuck word, right? You fucking idiot, you fucking stupid, you fucking dag. It's just
Yeah.
good. Dag. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's so 80. Dag. Shit. All right. But and like for me, us Australians, and I think the Brits use it as well. But we're very comfortable in that nature. It could also be used in a good way as well. Like, for example, like the Audio Brothers said,
What
sick
Audio
cunt.
Brothers
Sick
said,
cunt
yeah.
means you're an awesome guy, like you're a great bloke. It's like, oh yeah, DJ Skinner, he's such a sick cunt. He's such a nice guy. So it's a very versatile word that can be used in more than one way. And obviously we know it's a body part of a female, but
Well,
it's
questionable that is, but go ahead.
so I just use it because it's second language.
Right.
I try not to use it a lot, especially around my kids and around other
Sure.
adults because I've
Isn't
been in
that the
trouble
worst
with-
part? Like, isn't that the worst part about kids? Is that, and I wish Stacy, my girlfriend, was here to back me up. Dropping F-bombs left and right, but when you're around your kids, it's like, oh, I can't say that. I shouldn't say that. And little bits come out here and there, and my oldest gets it. But like, as a parent, right, you're like, oh, I can't say that in front of them. I wish I could.
Yeah, I kind of I corrupted my kids. There's no hope for them. They're fucked. It's all over. They're fucked. Like Amalia, right? She's like the miniature version of me, and I have been struggling with her the most because she's me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like her attitude is just me.
Yeah.
And she hears, like she hears a lot, and she keeps quiet, and she'll keep quiet, and like she'll come up to me when Mum's not around, and she'll be like, "Hey, Dad, you know that word that you said? What does it mean?" And I'm like, "What word?" She goes, that word. I'm like, oh, it's not a nice word. You shouldn't be saying it. And
Right.
she goes, well, then why do you get to say it? I go, because I'm an adult. And she goes, so do I have to wait to be an adult to swear? I go, no, baby, you shouldn't be saying it at all because
Right.
swearing makes you a bad person. She goes, yeah, but Daddy, I can't go smacking people at school because they're all dumb cunts. And I'm like, yeah.
See, some might say parenting fail. I'm looking at it like parenting.
It's like, what do you say to that? What do you say to a
Parenting
10-year-old
success,
child?
guy? That's parenting success right there. Way to go.
You know, what do you say to it? And then
Yeah,
you've got,
no, I
my
know.
older kids, they never used to swear. They never used to swear because Sharon raised them. My wife raised them, right? And it was only when I was working full-time from home and not at the music studio down in Melbourne where they were more at home with me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's hard. It's really, really hard. But
Yeah.
they've all come to acceptance that, Daddy's got a potty mouth and Daddy's got a short fuse for dumb people. And now they just live with it. It's like Amalia's like, Dad, I'm so angry. Can I swear? And I'm like, swear in your head. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
she's like, oh,
yeah.
there were people at school today and, they were being rude to me and I didn't want to swear. Because look, it's hard as well because my kids go to a Christian school, right? And we're a Christian family. Well, I try to be a Christian family.
Right. Thank you, my
Try.
buddy, for one bit. Go
And
ahead.
so it's hard because those sort of schools, even though they're private school, they're very strict. Like they really come hard on the kids, right?
Yeah.
But they lack the diversity, and they lack the understanding that bullying is everywhere and it's inevitable. So if my kid's getting bullied, my kid's going to stand up and punch him in the fucking face.
Mhm.
In front of the teachers, I'll be like, you shouldn't have done that. But in the car, I'm like, yeah, give me some knuckles. Good job. Defend yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Because in the real world, that's, and like, that's why I'm so blessed. My kids have that street knowledge in them now where they understand the real world isn't like in high school. It's never going to be the same. It's, the real world's an asshole of a place and it's either you get eaten or you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dog eat dog world, as they say.
Yeah.
But
you got a
that's
hype
the-
train coming up.
Oh, I got a hype train. I was fucking messing around, but thank
shout
you,
out earlier
everybody.
too. It was MC Tom gifted that sub to who's the last sub that I went to? That was MC
wasn't
Tom who
paying
gifted that
attention.
sub. So thank you, MC Tom.
People are actually doing it. I appreciate it. I mess around all the time. I do appreciate it. Believe you me. Thank you very much, everybody.
The clock arms. Yeah,
that's right. But that's what I like about my 15-year-old. So we were out shopping one day, and thank you, Vinny Vegas. Somebody ban him.
Somebody
we went,
ban you.
yeah, douche. So we went to a makeup store, and she's like, she puts her hand over one of the stickers for the price tags, and she goes, "Daddy, guess how much?" And I saw the price, so I don't play games. I just like, yeah, it's $70, whatever. She goes, "Oh fuck." And I looked at her and she looked at me all bright red. And I said, "Molly, that's hysterical." I'm like, "I can't believe you just did that." I'm like, "It's hilarious." And she's all red. She goes, "I'm sorry." I go, "Look, it's all good." I'm like, "If it was your mom here, it'd be a whole different outcome." I said, are you saying that like around your friends? Well, she's like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "It's all good." I'm like, "Just use it properly. Don't use it too much." But we have that understanding. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm talking to her, it's cool. I could be like, "Oh, that's bullshit, Molly," or whatever. And
but when you guys say that, like when you think about, do you say that around your friends? You guys got to know your kids are swearing up a storm at school.
Oh, absolutely.
Guaranteed.
So
They're doing
another,
it. And
another
really, I
time.
look at it this way: I honestly look at it as it's a respect thing. It's out of respect. They don't want to swear in front of you. It's not necessarily just because they don't want to get their ass kicked or anything like that. It's because they just don't want to swear in front of you out of respect for that. That's just what the way I see it. Because
Amalia swears at school.
There are some kids who are cunts who swear up a storm and they don't give a shit. They're swearing in front of their parents and everything. They don't give a shit at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I see that. I'm old school like that though. I don't want my kid cursing in front of me. I just don't want it. I know they're gonna do it with their friends. I know they are, but don't do it in front of me because I don't know. They're still my angels, right? But like
I have a cousin who she's just a little bit older than me now, but for years, for at least a good 30, 35 years, she would not smoke. And she was old enough, but she would not smoke in front of my dad or any of my uncles or anything like that. You know why, Staples?
Out of respect.
Out of respect. It's
right.
exactly what it is.
Yeah,
and
but respect's long gone now. You can teach your kids respect and morals and all that, but the moment they leave your house, man, the amount of influence and peer pressure that's out there in the real world, it makes it really hard. Like my kids all don't swear in front of us, and but I know they swear because I've been out with their friends and they're just tell me your daughter swears a lot. Good, as long as it's not around me. So it's today's modern climate. It's so hard, and and it's really hard to raise your kids in today's modern times. It really is. And if you're having children, or if you've got kids as young as 5, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. The music shit. Everyone's depressed, and if you're not diagnosed with a mental illness, they get offended. Everyone's got safety rooms and hashtag this, and it's so bad now that you can't even make jokes anymore. And
everyone's very sensitive.
Like right next to my kid's school, there's another school there, and they're waving, the pride flag and everything like that. And it makes things so difficult because they're shoving it down kids' throats, and kids are kids. They don't understand what's going on. They just think rainbow colors, right? Until they ask the question. And, there's only so much you can teach your kids at a certain age, but if you don't do it, they're going to learn it somewhere else. So you have to be that person that has to have the awkward conversation. Like Amalia, I've sat down with her, and like she's asked me questions about things she's heard in school, and man, they're so fucking awkward questions. Like, she's like, "Dad, what's a 69? What's a doggy style?" And she's 10 years old.
Yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
thinking, holy shit, how are you learning all these things at school? Because she hears all the senior kids talking about that crap.
That's what.
And when she does,
I have a PowerPoint presentation on all those things. So if you need it, I'll email it over to you.
Nah, man, that's rookie shit. I got the Kama Sutra book. I got you, man. You just got to stretch them thighs.
But that's the way you say that is important, because it's a matter of you beating them to the punch, you teaching them the right ways of things instead of them finding out certain things and the wrong ways of how it is. Right.
Yeah.
So that's where as a parent, that's where you have to.
And the internet, man, it's like 80% of the internet's porn.
Hey,
and
look at music nowadays too, right? This is a big, huge thing too, especially for kids. Music is a big influence on kids, on the younger generation. They listen, and when you listen to what they are listening to and the lyrics and everything, it's no surprise. It really isn't.
I find it funny though, right? Because we talked about this before. Is that
funny how
a couple of years ago with such a oversensitive society, we banned "Baby It's Cold Outside," the Christmas song from 19 whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But "Wet Ass Pussy" was the #1 charting song at the time. Like, come on, man! Like, it just doesn't make any.
That's because,
sense.
Unfortunately, that's what they want to do to our kids, man. Sex sells, and look, sex has been around for a fucking long time. We've all known that. Look at the Playboy magazines back in the 70s, but
a lot of push, lots of
push. There was nothing.
But now when they're doing it to kids, it's really, really hard. Look, my older 3 kids, I'm lucky. They listen to K-pop, right? They love their K-pop. I got my son who likes listening to, old school 90s hip hop. My 2 twins, they love listening to, because they work at a church, they love listening to Christian music, right?
Right on.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Amalia, and the Lyra, they have their phases. They love that fucking Oliver Tree Branch, whatever the fuck his name is. They love that dude. Then they listen to shit like, Corey Lay with Players, and Girls Are Players too, and it makes things really, really hard. And they go around singing it, but they don't understand the message that it's trying to send across.
Yeah.
And that's why with Amalia, I really wanted to get into the DJing side of things, because I wanted to introduce her to Eurodance a lot. Because I play that in the car, I play in the car, play it at home. It's connected to my, this Bluetooth speakers. I'm always playing it. And she loves it. Amalia loves Eurodance. And like she understands it, and she loves the up. It makes her run. Like it makes her become very active. Like she wants to go for runs listening to it. She plays sports with it now. And she's trying to bring Alira on board with that. But Alira, being 8 years old, she's mainstream. You know what I mean? Because she plays that Roblox game, and those Roblox game have those sort of commercialized music that's like on loop and pitched down. And then you got the TikTok reels, which my kids aren't allowed to be on. My router can only block so many websites, before it goes overload.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to ask you that, in that sense, do you teach them? Are you showing them anything in terms of DJing?
Amalia can now
like that?
Amalia, I taught when she was 8 years old. She's now 10, turning 11. Amalia, I taught her during lockdown. We were bored. Everything was bored. We're all bored. And I go, Amalia, you want to come do what Daddy does? She was like, okay. So I started teaching her about how keys work together. I started teaching her what this button does, what the tempo slider does.
Wow.
And she picked up on it really, really quick. The only thing she doesn't like is waiting for the songs to finish, right? Unfortunately, in today's generation, their attention span is very short.
Yeah.
And when I work with the record labels, they tell me if you're going to produce a song for this artist, it has to be no more than 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything over that becomes an extended mix.
Yeah.
Bullshit. An extended mix is go for 8-9 minutes. You know? So Amalia now, what I do for Amalia is, and it's like me as well. If you guys have noticed me when I play my shows on Geno's or Euronation or on my channel, I play maybe 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes of each track. And that's only because, one, you guys have probably heard the song 1,000,000 times. Two, it's because I get bored just standing there. And it's three, it's because it shows dynamic. It shows dynamic. You know, when I do the shows for Euronation, it takes me 6 months to prepare because I do my own mashups. I sometimes use stems. I rehearse. It's not just me pushing play, then putting the tempo up and then putting down. Like if you see the shows, they're all mashed up. Everything's mashed.
Yeah.
And like the last Halloween show I did took six months.
Okay.
And that was just the audio. That was just the audio, no visuals.
Wow.
So that's what I'm trying to bring Amalia to do. Like Amalia loves it because she doesn't stand there bored, you know, and she can DJ. I don't have to be there around her anymore. She'll have her days where she forgets which way to adjust the jog wheel, but she's still 10.
Yeah,
you know,
of
she'll
course.
forget to check. You know, she'll forget to check the BPM, and there'll be a bit of clashing. But you know, she loves to interact, and that's what she's a show pony. She loves to chat. She loves to dance. She made it into the second round of some Disney rehearsal thing.
Oh, congrats! Nice.
Wow. She made it to the second round, and they just love her. But I'm going to pull her out now because I don't. You know, when I was reading everything about it, you know, if I've got the fly here, I'll actually show. Man, the way they exploit your kids.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that until that you've made it.
So you're in it.
Round.
Yeah.
You know, she made it through to the second round. There was like 150 girls auditioned between the ages of 9 to 12, and she made it through to the top 10. Then from the top 10, she was made into the top 5. And I go to my wife, "No, we're pulling her out. Fuck this."
Yeah.
You know,
because is it one of those things where now that she's in the top 5, they own the rights and all that kind of stuff, and she's just there to do whatever they need her to do, kind of a thing?
Well, we never signed any contract. The only thing that they own are basically the photo shoots that they took of her and us. So they wanted one of me, Sharon, and her. Don't know why they wanted one of me and Mum, but they just did that.
Right.
But Amalia just, the photos they take of her, like with the heavy lipstick and the heavy eyeliner, man, that's too young. They shouldn't be into that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so I pulled her out. You know, her next session was meant to be next week. I'm like, no, we're not doing it. I'm pulling her out. Nope. I've seen what happened to these girls, man.
Yeah.
You know, look at Miley Cyrus and Gomez and fucking Grande.
Yeah. Britney Spears. That's funny. Apollo because I was going to talk about that too. She is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So what's next for you? So you're still doing the Twitch thing, but what's next? Are you going to be putting out more material now, more mashups?
Yeah, so I'm currently working with 3 artists from the 90s, Nathalia Arts, Melody Castillo, and, I just had a blank. I forgot the other one. No. Hang on, I forgot. Anne Lee, you know, the vocalist from 2 Times. I'm also doing audio beats. So I don't know if you guys know, but music festivals, all the DJs, they're not really mixing. You know that.
Really?
Right. Yes.
You're telling me that David Guetta's not mixing live? Come on.
So we've got a massive concert coming up. I can't say what. And I'm doing the audio beats for that.
Can you say how many people? Can you say how many people?
I can't say anything.
You can't?
I'll end up homeless.
Wait, what is it you can't say?
I can't say the name of the festival or anything like that, but I'm working on a couple of DJ mixes and audio beds, so it all synchronizes with the pyrotechnics and the lighting.
Okay.
So I'm doing that. So that's a good 2-3 month work, and I'm just doing my own producing, working on my mega mix for Volume 5, which Volume 1 got me in trouble for. So after Volume 1, 19 years later, I did Volume 2, and that was in 2018. And then Volume 3, I did that year, and then Volume 4 in 2019, and then I met Urination, and then I stopped working since then. He was been ball breaking me, and
he ruins everything. That guy.
I'll tell you what, though, he's a decent guy, though. I can't wait to meet him because he already knows I'm going to kick him in the nuts.
Am I the only one who says it though? Doesn't he have a fucking incredible voice or what?
He does, man.
He does have a good voice.
He does.
Out of control.
And you know what? He sounds like that on the phone.
Yeah.
It's like when you call him, when you speak to him on the phone, he sounds like that. It's like you need to step up your own voice just to talk to the guy, man.
Right. Yeah.
He's really got a good radio voice, and me, I've got a lisp, and I swear too much. So God help me, I got no fucking hope in radio.
You got a face for radio, though. That's what they say, right?
No, far from that.
No, not even that. Okay, all right. When are you on Twitch though? Because I'll be honest, I forget. What days are you on Twitch?
I'm normally meant to be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Last week I had COVID, so I didn't do it. Yesterday I couldn't be fucked. I've stopped playing Eurodance on my channel. I'm sick of it, so I'm now just playing club music and a lot of mashups and other stuff because there's only so much music like Eurodance I can put up with. So and like there's no point in me playing it if there's a group of other DJs playing it. I am part of the Genos R Us.
Oh,
next week.
So I'm doing that one. I think
next week or week after. Week after. I don't know when.
Yeah.
I don't even know when.
I have a question before you started doing your own mega mixes. Who were your favorite mega mix DJs? Okay, so it was Alex K from Sydney, DJ KCB, Nick Skitz from Sydney, DJ Deep from Germany, the Max Mix team in Spain. There we go.
There you go. That's
Hope you got all that.
There.
Next question. They can ask me questions. I'm all good.
Yeah. Well, Apollo has a comment more along the line saying people that curse are actually a little, most intelligent.
Well, that's true.
There you go. So keep on. To go back to the C word, if I may, Dan made a mention of it, like more people need to say it. The UK in general, I think, say it very freely in a very, like you were saying before, like in a very passing kind of a way. Whereas in North America, it's harsh. Like that's what you call your ex-husband or wife or whatever. Like when you don't want to file dually on your taxes as you're going through a divorce, allegedly. But you know what I mean? But it's like one of those things where people just need to just say it. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Well, I've corrupted Brett Shirley, the poor guy. Matthew Kicks, he's got no hope. Like I speak to Brett Shirley every day. He's such a fucking nice guy, and the guy hears me say cunt on a daily basis, and like he's even sampled my WhatsApp voice. Right, he chopped the word cunt right out of my WhatsApp.
That's glorious.
Voice, and then he drops it on his Serato Q point. Like he'll be playing a song, and I come in there, and he's got a command, and the command is CUNT. So every time someone types a command, it's me on the green screen sticking my finger up during his show.
Nice.
And he samples the word cunt. Dan, and I'm like, oh,
Dan's
man.
got a nice sample. Dan's got a nice audio, right?
My
Go for it, Dan.
is it's the
You're a cunt.
Perfect. That's it.
You're a cunt.
But you see, that's auto-tune, man. You got to say, you're a cunt. It has to come from the heart, man. That's auto-tune.
Well, it's nice to have that on standby just in case.
Just in case.
But
I'm all for it. Cunt. I've got an asshole. What else do I have, guys? I've got a cunt scene. I've got an asshole scene. I've got a no breasts, no request scene. I've got a you're fucking ugly scene. I got so many insulted scenes, man. And they love it.
Yeah.
No one gets offended. They love it. It's like they enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like I'm Steve Aoki fucking throwing cake at people and they love the shit.
And they're like, give me more. Yeah.
But who knows what would happen if I get to... Oh, and I got the Raiden scene when I dress up in... I got the Raiden hat on with the Urination t-shirt and...
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that one where I just stick my finger up in the Raiden outfit?
I haven't seen it, but I'll be checking it out for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So what's on tap for you today? Because it's what, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. by you right now?
It's 11:12 a.m. I literally canceled everything just to kick it with you guys.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I just doing backyard work, like not garden work, but background work around the studio, trying to catch up. And I got Marky that wants me to finish off some extended edits for him. And that's it, man. Just nice and chill today. And going to start that audio bed thing I have to do for the festival.
Yeah.
So... Yeah.
And
it's cool because I get to work with the artists behind the scenes. Like a lot of R&B artists that are coming down to this festival, I get to work with them behind the scenes. So I get to speak to them.
Right.
Wow.
So let me ask you this. So you make the mix and it all coincides with the pyro and such. And so they just hit play, huh? And then they just jump around, wave their hands in the air like they don't care, and call everybody in the crowd a cunt off mic, and you've done all the work for them already.
Some guys do it real, but for that to happen, I have to break up the tracks for them and write the time lapse so they're aware. But the reason why most of it's done pre-recorded is because you're going to have certain songs which are going to be louder than other songs, and unfortunately, a lot of these DJs redline this shit out of their mixes. So what could sound good in the headphones are going to sound so distorted at the festivals.
Yeah.
So when I pre-mix the song for these guys, these touring DJs, I have to master it. So I do the mix downs, and then I master it, and then I align the time lapse. And I'm like, all right, pyrotechnics are going here. Make sure you're ready for that. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a lot of the time DJs have e-pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? Sometimes they're being told what to do.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes they're being told what to do. Sometimes they have earbuds to protect their ears from the noise and all that. But sometimes they're told, all right, hands in the air now, boom. Interlude, pick up the mic and talk.
Yeah.
It happens. Because I've come to I go to one of these festivals, I've come to it, and I'm watching them, and I'm there, and I go to my wife, watch this, 3, 2, and then
that's great.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And like, she'll know because my wife knows my style. Like on the radio yesterday, a couple more mixes were being played, and she just knew. Because what I normally do is, and I'm cheeky with it, is I have a whisper. It's a Samus. It's like a whisper, and it's very low, right? So if I ever release, let's say, the premix or the mixtape to whoever, and I don't get paid for it, right? I can go back to that and go, listen to this part and this part. It's been watermarked. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's very interesting.
So,
I feel as though I just found out professional wrestling was scripted. That's how I feel right now.
I haven't followed. Honestly, I haven't followed wrestling since Eddie Guerrero died, man. That was it.
Back then, Wow.
After Guerrero died, man.
Yeah,
it was it for me. It really was sad. I grew up watching WCW. I love Sting. I was always, I love the movie The Crow, and he had the crow look with the trench coat.
That was a good time. Yeah.
And I used to hit people with a baseball bat, so it worked well. It was like he connected with me. You know what I mean?
That's perfect.
He connected with me. I
appreciate it. Such a great guy. Even the other side, a big thank you to you for everything. There you go. Shout out. Well, JM Designs, where are you watching or listening from?
Shout out to JM Design. That guy actually does my flyers free of charge and doesn't ask for a single thing for them. He just does them. Like, I don't even ask him. He just does them. He'll send them to me and bang. Sometimes I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna jump on and he's asleep. Like, I'll send him a voice message. He'll just do it.
Yeah.
So shout out to him for that.
JM Designs, do you want to do my flyers? That would be great. just saying.
But no, I'm very lucky. I've got a very good network of friends, very good community. And to me, it's more about the quality than the quantity of people, I rather have, and I've told them this before, I rather have 30 to 40 people tuned in and have them all speak to me and come to me and respect everything that I try and do than 400 people or 250 people on Twitch and barely none of them talk.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and they mean
and it's like the clubs. The one thing that the club lacks is when you go to a club, you're going to be playing in front of 300-400 people, and they're all drunk. They're not going to remember your show. Right. They're not going to remember your show. We're on Twitch. A lot of people remember the show. They'll come back. They'll be able to replay it. So there's the pros and cons. Like, I still have people hitting me up from the first Halloween show I did back in 2021, I think it was. No, 2020 was my first Halloween show. I did a 3-hour set, and it was like 300 songs. So
crazy.
People still hit me up for that, and like, because they go back, and they can't go to a club. They can't reenact what happened in the club.
Right.
You're either,
you're averaging 100 songs an hour. That's insane.
Yeah, but everything was mashed up to like, so The
Yeah.
songs were going for around 35 to 45 seconds.
Mhm.
And I think that was the first time I was in the Raiden outfit. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
the Raiden.
Yeah.
Is
there
that
was no
the
green
same?
screen.
Is
No
that
green
the same Halloween show that Love Buddy was mentioning before in the chat?
I'm not sure which one she was talking about. Because I've done 3. I'm not sure if it's the last one.
Okay.
But yeah, the last 2 were green screen. That fucking that took forever. But the first one was no green screen. It was just here in my studio. I just had the fancy backlights. My friend came and he had the little orange and purple lights happening, and it just made it look more real. I got rid of my green screen, as you guys can tell now. It made my room look so ugly.
Okay.
No, I don't like you walk in there, there's a big ass green shit on the wall, so it looks ugly, and I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I can't be fucked taking
Here
it down.
on the screen, it looks great. I got a nice fucking mixing board. It looks
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
I need a green screen. This is legit where I live. So.
And then you turn that shit off, and it looks like, the fuck is this? Right? Like,
10 years off, Dan?
Is that off now or no? Oh, hold
No.
on. Actually, yeah, let's do this. There we go.
There it is.
What
There
the
you
fuck
go.
is this? Come on.
See, look, it looks like
He's sitting in a sitting in a closet.
I sit and I watch TV, and I have my green screen there, and or the curtain hanging here, and it just looks so stupid. I gotta put it on there. It's I don't know. I gotta. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a green screen one day, and so showing my background. Fun fact: we talked about Sam the Record Man. I got a Sam the Record Man poster over my shoulder. We talked about Sam the Record Man before. Anyway,
so you got to do a green screen and put Sam on there too. Sam the
I
Record
do.
Man. It's good having a good community there, though. Let me
the good
ask
thing
you
about green screens is I don't know if you guys remember.
Good point, Apollo.
Would have been the second Christmas show I did for Urination, right? I asked Alex K and Marky D to pre-record themselves on the green screen where they're waving.
Yeah,
so they came in on the Christmas. I was trying to get Mauricio on board, but he didn't have a green screen then, so that would have been the perfect match. I had Brett Shirley on there as well.
Oh, you did have Brett Shirley.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had Shirley,
right.
Alex, and Marky.
Yeah.
Fuck Marky's hard work to get him to do shit.
Yeah, look. Oh, well, I'm not going to say it.
He sent it to me 2 hours before I went live. 2 hours. I gave the brother notice, right? 2 hours before we go live. He's like, "Is it too late?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, all right, yeah, send it quickly, send it." So he sent
sounds
it. and
pretty
then
accurate. It sounds pretty accurate for him.
And my green screen's gone. This is it now. This is my studio. So
yeah, show us what.
Let's see what you got.
Let's see what you got.
All right, so this is where the magic happens there, right? So that's where my equipment and everything is. Hang on, I've got fucking cables everywhere. So this is basically where I DJ.
Yeah.
There. This is basically the studio where I do all my work.
Love it.
Right.
Oh, look at
There's my collection of stuff over here. My pops.
All right.
There's the Ultimate 90s Volume 1 cover that I did that got me nearly in prison.
Yep.
Yeah. There's Volume 2. I took down the other ones because I'm wallpapering. As you can see, I've got new wallpapering and
gotcha.
So this is where all the magic happens, man. This is.
Oh, I just realized it's a brick background there.
Yeah, that's wallpaper.
Oh, is it?
That's wallpaper. But I'm still not finished. Like, there's still so much work. Like, I got all this rubbish here. There's all my green screen stuff.
Oh, there you go.
So there's my letters of appreciation from artists. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see if I can grab them there. So I don't know if you can see that one there. That's Mushroom Group. They do all the festivals. Alan G is Nick Skits' label. If you guys don't know who Nick Skits is, I don't know if you can see up in that corner, but I had to hide it. Up. Wait, let me get my finger.
Yeah.
That one there. That's from Warner Music. I had to hide all these because one time I had a guest come over to the studio, and he noticed. He noticed the people I was making music for, and he held me financially hostage.
No shit.
Yep, he held me Hang on, my camera's on an angle. Let me just fix this shit. Yeah, he held me financially hostage. He took a photo without me knowing, and yeah, that's a guitar behind me, and there's a keyboard. So he came over one time, and we were working on a track together. And to be honest, I forgot to take down all that shit. So without me knowing, he took out his phone and he snapped the Warner Music, and it had a lot of artists on there, and I'm talking a lot of celebrity pop stars.
Yeah.
And he held me financially hostage for 10 grand. So he wanted 10 grand for it. So I got my lawyers involved, and if it was to leak anything out, I could sue him. So, but he never said. Yeah. It's
So-
pretty crazy.
So he tried to get 10 grand. He's like, give me 10 grand and I won't release this photo of artists that you work with, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Because it's got my name on there and the artists and the songs that I actually did for him, and it was more of a thank you appreciation.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I'm like, oh shit, what if I pay him? Like I was gonna, a part of me wanted to pay him. You know, a part of me thought, but how do I know if he doesn't leak it? You know what I mean?
No.
So I managed to get a lawyer involved. I lawyered up, and we sent.
How
him
do
a
you know
lovely-
you're not going to give him 10 grand and then a week later he's going to say, fuck you, give me another 10 grand?
Well, that's right. That's what my wife said. My wife is so smart. She's the reason why I'm not dead yet. That's why girls live longer.
I believe it.
That's why females live longer.
I believe
But yeah,
it.
he was such a cock juggling cunt. I tell you that, Mike. Oh, sorry. Shit.
I like it.
All
Unless
right.
he's like a fucking cunt, not a good cunt. And then Samus comes back with a cock juggling cunt. That's got to be my favorite one.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Isolate that.
Gold. I
Cog
love
juggling
that.
cunt.
Cock juggling. Oh.
Cock juggling thunder cunt. But yeah, so we got a lawyer. We sent it through to him, and he apologized. He said he was never going to release it, and so he still got the photo. And like, I don't know, it always lingers in the back of my head.
How long ago was that?
That was. I'll tell you in 1 second.
You know what the funny part about that story is, Dan? You know how much his attorney cost? 10 G's, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, but I'd rather give the fucking money to the lawyer instead of giving to the fucking cunt.
It was
So, the cock
2016.
juggling cunt. 2016, he said? Wow.
Yeah. 2016 is
That's
when
amazing.
he came over and he did it. Yeah.
Let's find
So
him.
he
And
came over. I did a few beats for him. Made a few tracks. He loved it. Wanker didn't pay me for it, so I kept it and released it on a ghosting platform.
Nice.
But oh shit! Sorry. Can you guys still hear me with the mic?
Yeah.
yeah, you're still here. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Ah, cool.
There you
Mic
go.
check.
You better.
Any ladies in the house?
We're gonna do some ASMR. You want to do some ASMR recording for us while we're here?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So never again. Every time people come into the studio now, I put all that shit away. I make sure everything's covered, or I put them in the hallway where no one can see it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, man, it's a lot of money. 10 grand, just
Yeah,
and
no
that
shit.
yeah, and it's I can get sued because
That's
it's
messed up.
I've signed it, and imagine
Yeah.
imagine selling that photo to a fucking tabloid, and I'll just throw a random name, but let's say fucking I don't know, give me a pop star name,
Britney
Dua Lipa.
Spears. Okay.
No,
Julie.
Britney Spears.
Even
You'd say
better.
Britney Spears. Oh yeah, she never, her song was produced by some dude in Melbourne, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
That's messed
but now
up.
I've learned from that, and I guess now no one's allowed in here unless it's well prepared.
Yeah, sure. Well prepared. Yep. Tell them just leave your phone outside as well. You can look, but don't. Or,
Well,
Nope.
normally no one's allowed in here unless they're doing vocal recordings, right? So these
Mhm.
walls behind me, this used to be a external building. It's a garage. It was actually a garage.
Oh, okay.
And we knocked it down and we made it soundproof. So when people come over and they do a voice recording, they can do it in here, and there's no echo, there's no reverb because it's done well. It's very well padded.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the reason why he was here. So it's only done when people are here to do voice recordings. I don't let anyone collaborate with me. It's
Mhm.
either done remotely or I send them the project file. But I don't really
Mhm.
collaborate with many people. I like
Wait,
to just
sorry, was this was an artist that did
that
this?
came in here. Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah.
I want to ask.
A very well known Sydney vocalist. So
Interesting.
Was it
Wow.
David Hasselhoff?
Nah, man.
Fuck that guy. Fuck David Hasselhoff. I just wanted to say that. Sorry, Apollo. Anyway.
Why?
go
What's wrong with what's wrong with the Hoff, man?
I fucking hate that guy.
Why? What did he do to you, man?
I just don't like his
What?
music. He's terrible. He's terrible. He's a shit show. Look, I get it. He's big in Europe. He sucks. He's horrible. The best video he put out was when he was drunk eating a cheeseburger on the stairs, trying to crawl.
But
up.
he's not Australian himself though.
No, I know. I just wanted to diss on
Yeah.
Hasselhoff because he's so big in Europe. He's in Europe, excuse me.
All right, well, fuck him then. Fuck you, Hoff. There
Yeah,
you go.
thank you. Fuck the Hoff.
Fuck you, Hoff, running on the beach all
Yeah.
slow motion and shit with your titties sagging to your kneecaps.
Yeah,
We
you
got-
bullshit.
Leave that shit to Pamela.
But how
Shitty-
good was how good was Knight Rider? Come
It
on.
was awesome. Come on.
Knight Rider was great.
Yeah.
Knight Rider
See, the
was
Hoff's
great.
Come on,
okay,
you're
man.
telling me you didn't watch Baywatch 2? That is the fucking
Not for
show.
David
Oh, yeah, look, I
Hasselhoff.
did.
I didn't watch
I
Hey,
David
did watch-
either.
Hey Dan, you know how I know you're gay? You
I
watched
didn't wa-
Baywatch for David Hasselhoff.
It was all about
No,
Pamela.
man, I
guys.
watched it for the females. I was learning
All
biology when
about
that shit
Pamela.
came out.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying. Fuck David Hasselhoff. His shitty music.
Oh, I think we upset Apollo. Don't you mess with the fucking Hoff.
I
Oh,
know.
man.
You know what? It's funny. As I'm ripping on David Hasselhoff, I was reminded by myself that Apollo actually plays "Sweet Caroline" by David Hasselhoff on his shows.
Oh, come on now.
So David Hasselhoff can suck a dick. There you go. I said it. I said it. I'm not afraid to say it either. How about them apples?
How about that, Samus? Let me ask you a question. From your amazing community that you have, who is it that you hate the most on your channel that comes in, and why is it Drisk? And why is it Drisk K?
Oh, Drisk K, that
Joking,
guy.
Drisk, I love you guys.
I like Driss, man. Driss is cool.
Just as a fun guy.
Said
I don't
nobody.
know, to be honest. I don't like anyone. It's hard. I hate everyone equally.
I'm
It's
right
very
there with
difficult.
you. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Time Apollo out there.
So we might have to put Apollo in timeout for
I mean,
like.
I've had some weird fucking people come onto the channel, man.
Yeah.
Like I've had some weird. I'm talking weird fucking people come on the channel,
Yeah.
and I've just told people to ban them and time them out. But
How
no,
bad? Wait. How bad must they be if you're telling them to time or ban those people?
Oh man, I'm
All right.
telling you. All right. So,
Well, for the record, he's asked for me to be timed out, but that's only because I use the F word. So
You're a douche. That's why.
all right. So there was this one user that came in one time, and these guys know who it is because I spoke about it on the chat on Twitch. These guys, I'm not going to mention the name, and like I'm streaming, and this bitch is sending me photos of herself.
Oh.
Bent over with another dude's all over her back. It's like the guy's
Wow.
just blowed his fucking load on her back and she's sending to me. These guys know. Some of them are going to know who it is, you know? And like this chick, yeah, out of fucking nowhere. And it was basically her way of showing me if I could play her song. I think Matthew knows who it is, and Brett Shelley know who it is. I think I've mentioned it in the chat. This bitch was bending over, and some guy's literally just like expelling all his little babies all over her back, and she's like, "Can you please play my song?"
babies.
So yeah, I think some of the guys know. If I tell you guys the song she wanted, most of the people in the chat will know who it is.
What's the
Yep,
song?
One person guessed it. One person guessed it. There it is. It's in the chat.
Really?
AD? I'm
Matthew, you're on
No
the ball.
way. Is it really?
Yeah.
No. As
It
in
was-
Chow? As in
No, not Chow
Oh.
Chow Erica.
Okay.
No, not her.
I was gonna say
No,
there's
no.
no way. No
Nah,
way.
Chow Eric and Christine never tune into my channel because I give shit to freestyle. No, it was some other chick that's been a follower of mine for like 10 years. When lockdown happened, she started joining the Twitch channel, and she just went like,
Yeah.
she didn't cross the line. She fucking catapulted over that line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you fucking doing? You know, that's disgusting. I'm a married man with kids, and you know, that's really degrading. But I'll play a track. And that was it. And then this person would just come into the channel really fucking high all the time, and you couldn't understand the word she was typing, you know. And we just
That
Brett
reminds me
just
of,
banned
that
it.
reminds me of-
Banned it.
and I'll say the name. I don't give a fuck because it's not my channel. It's Staples. But that reminds me of Monique. You guys remember Monique?
Monique was a nutcase. Let's do
Well-
that. Let's discuss all the nut jobs that we've come across on Twitch.
Monique, hands down. She was. I don't know. It was Samus. If you know who
Mm.
Monique is from back in the day, she was fucking.
Yeah,
But she was just like that. Where when she would type, it didn't make any sense as to what she was saying.
Brett Shirley, yes. I'm going to go through my viewer list right now, and
Brett,
I'm going to go off on every single one of you assholes right now. Let's start with Love Bunny. Who doesn't spell their name with a fucking H when your name is Sarah? The fuck.
You know what? If I want a reaction, I'll spell it with a H.
Yeah.
I'll spell it with a H, and she can't do shit about it because I'm all the way here. So she can get mad and bang on her keyboard as angry as she wants.
Were your parents too lazy to pay for the extra print on your birth certificate? No, leave the H off. That's too much money. I ain't paying for that shit.
Oh,
Sarah with no H. Sarah with no clue. How about them apples? God damn it. All right, I'm done
look
with
at this
you.
one. Who names a DJ after Office Supply?
Fun fact, Audio Brothers. He's not wrong. That's funny.
I'm going to be DJ Pencil.
No, I'll. There's a story behind it. It was a girl I knew.
The original name actually, DJ Pencil Dick.
Yeah. Okay, take off your hat for a change. So, no, it was a girl who was a friend of mine, and she was just like, "Hey, DJ Staples," and that was it because I was a DJ and I worked at Staples back in the day. Whatever. You know what? Laugh at my name all you want. That fucking company bought this house, bitch. Thank you very much. There you go. But it is. I get it. It's a stupid name. I know it's stupid. That was only supposed to be like a username for this thing called Twitch that I first signed up for. I didn't know what the hell. Get the fuck out of here, Sarah.
So where does 93 come from?
My favorite hockey player was that.
Okay,
was his
yeah.
number.
I was going to say you don't look like you were born in 93.
No, I was not born in
more
93.
like 43, maybe 53.
Close. Yeah. Doug Gilmour from the Toronto Maple Leafs, all-time favorite hockey player. I mean, I'm Canadian. That's what we do. And
what about you, Impressions? Where'd you get your name from?
Impressions? I have no idea where he got it from, to be honest. I think we just kind of sitting around thinking of a name, and Impressions DJ just came up. I don't know.
Yeah, Impressions is Greek for douche, by the way.
No, I don't know.
No?
It wasn't anything like there was no meaning or anything behind it. It was just I remember we were working at the restaurant and was sitting there talking with my mom about coming up with a DJ name or like a DJ company name. So we came up with, we were like, what about Impressions Music or Impressions DJ? So I was like, sure, that works. Yeah.
We should have a DJ named after a wrestler. DJ Savage, as an example. DJ Hulkster.
So is your actual name Samus J?
So Samus
Fun fact, Marky D's last name is not D, just for the record.
No, it's
so Samus is my middle name. It's actually pronounced Shamus, which is a Arabic word for sunshine.
It is Shamus. Wow.
Yeah. So, and also the word Samus is for those who love Nintendo, it's a Nintendo character from a gaming franchise called Metroid, who is a female character. So if you look, I didn't end up showing you the
not Seamus.
Not Seamus, it's called Shamus, which means sunshine. So that's where I got the name from, and that's the name I've stuck with it. And it's just people now just call me Samus.
Okay.
So I prefer people to call me Samus because Seamus it's incorrect, you know. And I'm not fucking Irish. I'm like Arab, so I blow shit up. And my wife, though, my wife's like half Spanish, half Irish, so she knows she can relate to that side of it with the whole Seamus thing.
Mm-hmm.
But people just call me, like throughout high school, it's been Samus, or you know, that's it.
That's
where did the J come from, though?
It's my surname.
It is.
Oh no shit. Okay.
My surname is J.A. with. I'm not going to tell you my surname.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
And that's it. So that's where the name.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's just where it stemmed from. It stemmed from there, and I had when I was 15, I was into IT a lot. Like I was a really gizmo kid, and initially I was going to call myself DJ Cyber Z. I don't know where the fuck that came from, and I'm like, no, that's not going to work. So so that's where it initially was going to be, and didn't work out, and here I am.
And then you have gentlemen like DJ Apollo, who's because DJ Steven would sound so lame, so he goes by Apollo.
Yeah,
I just wanted to drop that in my show because I can't call him by his real name in his show, so I could say it here. It's for the Built This City reference. Anyway,
good
one. So you're going to be doing more mashups. You're everywhere, right? You're on YouTube. You're on Spotify.
On Kick.
Can you do you do Kick and Twitch at the same time? Is that possible to do?
Yeah, there is a way to do it. Restream has an option now where you can add in the keys into there, and you can work from there. I don't like to use Kick as much as I thought I was going to because it's still dead.
Yeah.
I got on there and I had a network of friends help me become verified.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't know. I'm still up in the air about it because I know there's a lawsuit happening between Twitch and Kick because of stolen source codes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hype for that, I reckon, see, Dan's right. The hype for that has died.
Yeah.
More on the thing is with me and Kick. The thing with me and Twitch, it's I only like. I know I should have a schedule. Like I normally did have a schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's really difficult because of the time zones as well. Most of my followers, they work during the day, and my other followers who are like you guys it's the evening. So I like to go on during the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's hard for me to go on at night because it's peak hour. Because of the time zone change, now I've got kids that need to be taken to basketball practice or soccer practice, or I've got kids that have tutoring and it's peak hour and there's dinner and there's homework and it makes things really, really hard to stream in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did stream where I did 12 hours because it was a public holiday the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. And it was to raise money for charity.
Okay.
So that's probably the only time I've ever done a whole full day and evening stream because it's a public holiday and the wife's at home and she can help me out. But during the day, I try and squeeze in 8 to 10 hours of work within school time. So between 9 and 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that's why some Gina or us stuff I can't jump on because I know a lot of people want the peak hour, but your peak hour is my daytime. So it makes it really, really hard. So I missed out on the last, I think it was the last two I missed out on, and one I had to do physio. But I think I'm on this time. I forgot what time I'm on. Sarah, what time I'm on Gino this week or next week?
Next week, is it?
Week.
I don't even know if it's the last week of it's on the 31st, is it not?
Yeah, 31st of okay,
May
so in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I just don't remember what time I'm on. I forgot to put that in the calendar. So yeah, that's the only issue I have. And when I was in lockdown, I was streaming in the afternoons. It was great. And on Facebook, it would blow up. Like I was getting like 200-300 people on Facebook viewing, tuned in, but lockdown disappeared. Everyone's gone back out to the clubs or everyone's watching movies. I've gone out here jacking off over porn and midget porn. And it's just, everyone's not home anymore. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Let's not gloss over. He mentioned midget porn, everybody, please. I don't want that to go unnoticed. So thank you for that.
I was waiting for Driss K to reply to that one.
Why did that happen? Yeah, why
so 11 p.m. EST, right? So 11 p.m. EST, your time would be midday. No,
that's like 2 o'clock the next day for you.
No,
you're 14 hours ahead.
Yeah, so that's 1 p.m. See, I would probably do that 1 to 2. Then I'm raiding over, I think, to Euro Nation, and then I have to go get the kids from school. So I do that show, then bang, I'm out straight to go to get the kids.
So are you really going to get the kids from school? Or you just don't want to listen to Euro Nation?
Oh, a bit of both. No, it's that because what happens is, unfortunately, my school takes half an hour to get there, and you got all these fucking parents who fight for a parking spot. And that's when I become I'm an aggressive driver. I hate dumb shits. It's people lack common sense, and you get some parents who fucking park between two bays. And like I drive a family van, so I have to make sure I've got sufficient space. I like to go there a bit early and park the car so I've got room, right?
Yeah.
So that's really hard to always squeeze into everyone's Gino's or us schedule. So no, guys, I'm not trying to become main event. Fuck you guys and your main event. I can just get on.
Yeah, you can just do whatever, whenever. Yeah.
I can just get on whenever the fuck I want, but it's hard because I know the time zones just suck. Like Euro Nation used to be on at 2 p.m. my time, right? Now it's on at 12 p.m. So it's a 2-hour shift. It makes things hard, and like I miss out on a lot of the other guys. Like when Brett Shirley gets on, you know what I mean? I can only listen to so much because, and Driss K. But I'm speaking of midget porn. He's Alex K. Alex K.
There you go. Good timing. Yeah,
very good timing. Good timing. Adam Malaka.
There you go.
I appreciate it, Sarah. So for those who don't know Alex K, I've known Alex K well, not the Sydney, not the official Alex K from Sydney
Right.
that this Malacca stole his identity,
Sure.
but the Anthems King Alex K.
Yes.
I've known him from like 10 years ago, right? Maybe 11 years back in 2010 when he was blowing up with Anthem Kings.
Did he know you as well, though, or you? So the way Euro Nation stalked you is how you stalked Alex K.
I don't think we stalked each other. I think we just were in the same network of remixes because I was producing remixes back then, and I saw a couple of remixes on a few pools by Anthem Kings. And to be honest, I don't even remember. Malacca, if you're still in the chat, how did we start talking? Yeah, butt ramming goat. But
probably
I don't remember
Pornhub.
how we started. But we started talking for a little bit, and then we break apart because my Facebook account got banned for calling someone a cunt, and I had to come up with a new one. And I think in 2020 he added me on Facebook again. I'm like, holy shit, how have you been? I remember this dude with the beret like you. He used to wear the beret. He was a bit chubby. He had the Jerry curls. That's how I remember Alex K. He's not the Alex K you guys all know now. I've got stories on this dude.
You got pictures too?
Oh, I can find them.
All right.
The dude was
Yeah,
like
you know what? It's funny because
a little chubby baklava, you know, with really Jerry hair, and he was always in the studios, you know. Well, I think Alex is ghosted, man. I reckon he just took photos in the studio and he's mated all the work. You know how it is. You know how it is as a duo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Slacker.
You know.
I love how Alex K comes in and you talk about him and the way you're talking about with Maurizio and everything, and all of these guys here who are in Toronto. I know that when you come down here, it's going to be a fucking insane party. It's going to be just killer. We got to get you down here because I think that would be absolutely insane. It would be just such a good.
I was telling someone, I don't remember who it was, but two things are going to happen when I come down. Either I am going to get arrested or deported. I probably won't even pass immigration.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I do want to come down. It's hard because I'd love to come down when your weather is more suitable for my recovery.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, I'm still in recovery, right? Everyone knows the story, so I'm not going to talk about it. But my body can't regulate heat temperature properly. So I'll break out in heat hives, I'll pass out, I'll seizure out. So it's really hard I wanted to come down for at least a week. Coming for a weekend will be difficult. And look, like Alex K offered me his couch and blanket and cuddles. See, I don't want to get touched in the middle of the night by some Greek dude. You know what I mean? So I find that very worrying and concerning, especially when the guy's got a partner and shit, and the last thing I want to do is wake up with a boner caused by this dude. So, you know, that morning wood.
But the food's good, so it might be worth it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I'll take my chances, man. You know,
here, go hungry.
But no, I'd love to come down where everyone's got time because I know everyone works full time, and I don't want to be everyone's burden. The plan was to come down actually in August, come down, but I know the weather's not good. Marky D was meant to have his Extendamix party there as well.
Yes.
But I think he moved it to July, which is like your heated. It's like your summer there, right?
Well, yeah, August is. I think August is a little bit hotter than July.
Oh, is it July this year? I didn't get the invite. I didn't know it was in July. That's cool.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember the date right now. Because I know
there were so many people that left
about
to
it.
me.
Yeah, I don't remember what the date was that he said. So it would be a good time. Every time when we have gotten together, like at last year at Marky D's party, like I wanted to video chat with you because for some reason, like I'm looking around at all these guys. Like Brett was there, Alex was there, and I'm like, where's Samus, man? Like, you know, it's one of those things that we would love to have.
It's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time. It'd be great to have there, of course.
It'll be fun. It will be. I think last year, Euro Nation crashed a party with a hot chip challenge and fucked everyone up.
Him and Vinny Vegas were doing the chip. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's fucked up shit. You see, I'd do something that's stupid. I'd fucking do it.
Wait. Let's
right away.
Dan tried to do it, but then he started throwing up the milk that people were feeding him.
So you guys
still did it though. I still did it.
So who did it? So Mauricio did it, Vegas did it, and you did it?
Yes. Yeah.
So who had the blood nose?
Oh, that
Mauricio. That was Dan. Dan had the bloody nose. Yeah.
Yeah,
and because I was coughing so much, it was my nose just started. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Wow. And you guys all drank milk after that, yeah?
That's what kind of caused it because I started choking on the milk or something. I don't remember. I don't know.
Dan usually chokes on milk. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I couldn't. You guys have balls to do that shit. I couldn't do it. One time I had chili. It was so bad. I was in hospital. I couldn't do it. And
Tara the Angel,
then
thank
became
you.
used to it. I became used to chili, but I'd never go that fucking crazy. I couldn't. No way.
Yeah.
You know, my hats off to you guys for taking on such a stupid challenge.
I would love to do it again, honestly. When I'm not as drunk. Let's say that.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, Mauricio said he was hugging the toilet after. Like, I like hot, spicy things too, but I'm not gonna do that to myself. I mean, come on. Why would anybody do that to themselves?
It's funny because I thought Urination was making a freaking, what are these channels called where people sit down and they eat while they stream? Mukbang, bang mock, gangbang. What are they called? Mukbang.
Yeah.
Like there was a moment where he was going out every Friday and Saturday night smashing on fucking hot chicken wings, and I'm thinking to myself, fucking hell, man. You know, I wouldn't mind trying some of these chicken wings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for those asking, yes, we do eat kangaroo meat. It's a delicacy for people who like to feed their dogs that. You know.
Okay.
So,
I was asked to ask you a question, by the way. Love Bunny wanted me to ask you. Well, I thought of the question. She said you should ask Samus when he's on. So I sent a video actually to Staples last night. I sent it to Love Bunny and to Lexi, and was it flying spiders? You guys really got some flying spiders going on down there?
No. Your city,
too many videos to say that.
No. Your city is like our city. There's no different. There's no outback. The outback's in like central, regional, right? Mm-hmm. It's like I live in the suburbs, right? And the city's like 20 minutes away. So it's not like the fucking outback where cunts are on horses and giddy up, and you know, it's none of that shit. We've all got cars, we've got buildings, we've got electricity, we've got all that. Yeah. You know, but spiders here. Yeah, we got one of the most dangerous spiders in the world, but you don't see them. You rarely see them. We got snakes, but you barely see them. You know what I mean? And like across the park from me, because I got a family park here, across the lake, there's a whole kangaroo field. There's like maybe 300-400 kangaroos in the field next to me, and like I'm always driving past there, but you barely see them. And there's like 300-400 of them. It's like they're everywhere, but you just don't see them. And like even like I'll be trying to catch a video for Sarah when I can. But I've just been unlucky because the weather is shit. It's like raining. We're not even in winter yet, and it's already raining outside. You know. Yeah. But yes, look, you should be worried about the fucking females than the reptiles here, man. The females will bite your dick off. These bitches, you piss off the wrong chick here, they fight, and they forget they're ladylike here. They'll bite your fucking dick off. Like they're ferocious here, man. Like. They're ferocious. Our generation of females will fuck you up. I don't know about the young generation of females. They'll probably just cry, make a TikTok video about you, and make it into a song.
Right. Yeah.
But like here, you should be more worried about the chicks than the reptiles and the insects. Like, not once have I ever been bitten by a spider. Straight up.
Okay.
You know, I've not once been bitten by a spider. I have seen a snake. Not once have I been bitten by a snake. I've never been attacked by a kangaroo. I've had magpies. We've got birds, which you guys know what magpies are, yeah?
No.
Do you guys have magpies? So they're black and white birds, and they fucking attack you during their mating season to protect their eggs and shit, right?
Okay.
So they like if you walk under the wrong fucking tree, those motherfuckers will come at you hard, man. And like some people have lost an eye, but you wear helmets, like bike helmets, and you wear those cable ties, and they don't, you know what I mean? That's it. But it's not a dangerous place as people portray it to be. You know, yes, a dingo did fucking eat someone's baby in the outback. That's because they went to the fucking outback in the desert where there's dingoes and shit.
With a baby. Dumbass.
Who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm not an outdoor person. I'm not the camping type. You know, I don't, you know, there's got to be fucking a sufficient bathroom, and I just can't go to the woods and shit, you know?
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, the Australian mosquitoes here, they are harsh. You know, like last year they were big, like they were fucking big, and like I had golf ball bites on me. You know,
but how do you like look at Dan is saying, oh, you don't worry about it, you just accept it. Oh, I'm just gonna accept it if I go out and how do you accept that though? You can't,
because it's part of the nature. Like Melbourne is becoming tropical now. right? Like they're saying Melbourne's becoming a very tropical place because it's always the humidity is rising up. So you're going to get a lot of humidity, humidity insects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, look, unless you cut your lawn, you're never going to get snakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just the way it is. It's you guys should come here for a laugh because your Genos there in Melbourne, they're called Marios. And Sydney, they're called Mario. And then your Rias. So you guys with your Kappa outfits and your Adidas, zip ups and all that, it's no different to us here in Melbourne. And we have a city here called Lygon Street, where all the Italians who used to go on Chapel Street and they used to pump their dance music. And once they got to the end of the fucking road, they'll come back and they did a U-turn. And then they'll come back, they'll do another lap. And look, I'm guilty of that shit.
That was Yonge Street.
I was just going to say that's Yonge Street in Toronto.
That was Highway.
We had that here. And the cops here, and then after that, you'd go to the drag races and you'd used to race, and, I was young. I was an 18-year-old. I was dumb. I modified my car, did stupid shit with my car. But it was all, it was all back then. You know what I mean? And so you guys aren't really that similar, aren't that different to us.
Yeah, yeah.
We just have a better taste in music because freestyle sucks donkey dick. But other than that, that's really it. There's not much different than you guys than us. I'm ethnic. You guys are all mixed race. We've got mixed ethnic race here. There's really nothing different unless your toilet fucking water spins the opposite way than us.
Right.
But you're
Fun
from
fact.
America.
Well, hold on,
He lives
real
there
quick.
now.
Fun fact: Dan won't be visiting. You know why? Because shitbag doesn't have a passport. Yeah, born and raised in Toronto, but now I live in New Jersey. That's my story in a nutshell.
So, what made you move from Toronto to New Jersey?
Snatch. I was DJing on a cruise ship, met my first ex-wife, and I've been here ever since. Got the green card, and I've stuck around.
Yeah, see, no one wants to be in Toronto then. So why do you guys want me there?
I miss. Look,
He wants
Toronto's
to come back.
great-
Though. Brad wants to come
I would
back.
love to come back, but my kids were born here, and I would love to be able to go back there. But the only way I could actually move to Toronto with my children, and I have a wonderful girlfriend here in New Jersey as well, and I'd like her to come with me if possible. But the only way that could ever happen is if it, looked like an accident, like something with my children's mom. But can't do that. So they like her.
Once
so.
his kids are old enough and grow up and out of the house and they move out of the state, he's coming back over.
Yeah.
Have you come? Have you visited the Extended Mix party before? Have you gone to any of those?
I did. Last year was the first time I went. It was a good time. We had pizza. It was fun. It was a good time. It was nice to visit and see everybody. Like, Jay Online was another good. I was excited to meet with Alex. I found out that Alex and I were from the same neighborhood back in the day.
In Barrie? Is it Barrie?
Well, he's in Barrie
He's in
now.
Barrie
I'm
now.
not going to give his whole life story here. That's his business. But we're from the same hood, basically. He went to a school. I dated a girl that went to his school back in the day. So it was nice to meet people all in person because essentially you knew everybody, right? Even like Driss K, you see him, you see the name, and you're chatting with these guys in the chat. But to actually physically meet them was nice. I did. I was looking forward to it. And I had a really good time being with everybody. So it was a good time.
So how would you put their online presence to reality? Like, are they the same people from how they portrayed in the chat or on webcam?
Yeah,
Or
for
are
the
they
most
different?
part. I think Driz is a bigger asshole in person than he is online.
Oh, he's
Uh,
not.
No, I'm just kidding. That's what I do. I just make fun of Driz. He's a good dude. Everybody was nice. Like I said, I got to meet Mauricio, got to hang out with Vinny Vegas. Everybody
I heard
was.
Mauricio is a very shy type of guy.
He is.
Like,
He is a
he's
bit
a shy
quieter.
guy. He likes to
Yeah, I
be
think
shy,
so.
you say? Yeah, he is kind of shy actually.
He's a little quieter. I mean, he's quiet in person. I can't say quieter or whatever. But everybody was very nice. Everybody was very, very nice. I'll say that. So everyone.
That's all right. Mauricio will be very talkative when he comes out of the closet.
Oh,
Come out.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Isn't
Vinny
that right,
Vegas.
Mauricio?
I love it. I love that you're roasting him when he in the chat said
When's the roast for you start?
Yeah, I know. I'm onto him.
You're on to it.
That's it.
No. I call him my Canadian cunt. I love it.
CC, Canadian cunt. I like
Yep.
that. I like that a lot.
That's funny.
Listen, we're almost at 2 hours, Samus, and I would love to do this all night long, but I have a 2-hour time limit. That's it for our show for this evening.
All right,
I'm not
can
cutting
go,
you.
man. Me and Dan will take over, man. Off you go.
All right, I'm out. You guys can keep on going. You guys can keep on going. It's all good. But we definitely got to chat with you again. This is nice. I enjoyed hanging out and talking to you.
Yeah.
We didn't really roast you all that much. People made really bad Australian comments in the chat, but you know.
Oh, really? Like what?
Oh,
Highlight them. Let's have a look.
Yeah, what was it? It was crikey. Somebody said crikey. I think Alex said that's not a knife. This is a knife. What else? Oh, Lexi wants to see koalas because she thinks they're cute. Have you ever seen a koala?
Yeah,
Alex says
I've seen
he's
a
funnier
koala.
online.
I've held them. Their claws are fucking sharp, but they're lovely creatures, and they can rip you to shreds. Cute but deadly, like females. The prettier they are, the harder they are.
Mm.
You know? But they're gorgeous. They're beautiful animals.
But like cats, can't you get them declawed?
Don't know, man. I don't know.
Or is that like
we went to a
you're not
zoo and
allowed to
some
do
lady, the zookeeper was giving it to us to hold, and they're really, like their claws are really sharp. Like they can fucking tear. I'm 6'8". Is that I'm 6 foot? I'm 6'1" or 6'2". I'm 184 centimeters.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think someone was asking me in the chat.
Yeah, 6'8". Somebody said. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not.
you know what? You know what, Samus? Everybody's a lot shorter in person. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. Everybody's a
So
lot
who's
shorter.
the tallest person you've seen?
Dan and I were the tallest ones, I think. Scratch was there. He's tall.
Scratch is, yeah.
Right?
How old are you, Dan?
46.
Oh, McShady, you're 6'8". Well, fuck me then. All right.
So how tall are you, Dan?
McShady's, how tall am I? I'm 6 feet.
He's
Almost
6
6'1". Almost 6'1". Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be roughly around the same height. And what about you, Brad?
6'3", not a quarter of an inch bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll be the tallest one.
That's my Chub Rock line.
And
yeah,
Alex is
6'3".
pretty tall too, though. No, Alex, you're about 6. He's about
Vegas.
Yeah,
shut
but
up.
Alex is a Malacca. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Alex is a tall, yeah, but Alex is what? How tall are you, Alex? He had a reasonable height.
I think
D Money was kind of tall. D Money was tall, right?
Yeah.
So Alex is roughly around our height then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, I look at the
6'2".
photos.
Okay.
When I see photos of the events, like the Euro Nation event, and I see Alex, I compare him to, let's say, Mauricio Alno and Driss K. You know how people have those group photos together?
Yeah.
I'll be able to decipher how tall some people are. Like the Extended Mix Party, I saw some photos last year. You know, it kind of gives me an idea of how tall.
Like who's who, and then you get like Love Bunny, and then everybody else is.
You got Love Bunny and Driss K, fucking Alex.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Driss K.
it's like a heart monitor at a hospital. It goes up, it goes down, goes up, it goes really down.
Oh.
All right, well, guys, any other questions before we leave? I'm happy to answer any questions before we leave.
Anybody else in the chat have any questions?
Going once, going twice. Come on, guys.
Come on, you
had a great
cunts.
time. Really good time talking, chatting it up.
I said it before. It's nice to actually talk to you this way and see you and actually, make insults and jokes and drop the cunt word with you on here. I look forward to meeting you one day. Like I said, Dan doesn't travel anywhere because this douchebag doesn't have a passport. I have a passport. Would love to come to Australia, but if you come up to Canada eventually, would love to be there as well to see you and hang out with you because I think it would be a good time for sure.
Hopefully soon. It'll be sooner than you guys may all think. Hopefully, if things go well, I've got the clearance to fly. I just need the clearance to play at the clubs again. So I'd love to come up there one day and play at one of the clubs you guys are at, whether it's Alex playing or another Euro Nation event. So I would. Is there a question? Why are you a cunt? I don't know, man. All right.
How does one answer? How do you answer that?
Well, that's because you're a sensitive cunt. That's why I'm a cunt. Done.
There you go. So Love Bunny, here's what we're gonna do.
Sorry, actually, I do have a question. Do you also know Delirious? You ever
Delirious? I know of Delirious. I didn't know, I don't know him as well as I knew Alex. With Alex, we were just talking remixes and sharing remixes back in the day and mashups and all that. But it wasn't an everyday thing. It was just, hey man, check out my new mashup, and he'll be like, hey man, my new Anthem's King bootleg is out, something like that. I never really knew Delirious until I think it was the Way Back Wednesday show he does.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been around now since 2020. So I know about the In the Mix Boys. I know about Way Back Wednesday. I know about obviously the Genos now. But it's just amazing how small the world is, because I didn't know Driss. Like, I thought I knew Driss through you guys, but Driss knew me before you guys. So it's amazing how it all, like the Audio Brothers. I've known him now for over 20 years. I've known Terry for probably like 5-6 years. Alex K close to 10. I don't know how long I've known Driss K for. I think from probably 05, 06 when you had Volume 1 from the stories he tells me. But again, it's just so hard because everyone I met Euronation through. So it's so hard because here I'm thinking I know a lot of these people through you guys, but a lot of these people knew of me before you guys. It's just one big online community now that's just mashed up.
It's
so Dan, how long have I known you for?
And somehow in all of that, somehow Brett Shirley got thrown in the mix too.
Yeah, well, to be honest, Brett Shirley, I knew of Brett Shirley through Euronation, and we started talking. He only got WhatsApp just to speak to us, so and that's fantastic because Brett Shirley's not on social media.
Oh wow!
You know
okay.
What I mean? I met Mauricio through Samus. Who's that? Oh, it's Alex K. So it's crazy how a lot of these people just, it's a small world, man. Like the whole music thing, it's a small world. The internet makes everyone smaller. And to those people who I speak to on a daily basis, I'm sorry if I've corrupted you with my profanity. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
But it has been fun, guys. It's been really fun catching up with you guys, and we'll definitely do it again soon.
I just like the fact that all the cursing in the chat tonight has kept Love Bunny and Chris, the moderators, very busy accepting the messages.
So, for real?
Yeah,
I can't even see that.
No, like I just know because of the way the channel is set up. I have no problem. I have it set up so people can say everything and anything. I don't care. But apparently, cunt is a bad Twitch word in general. So I guess that she's they're busy accepting and allowing those messages or what have you. So
well, you can say cunt with a K to or you can say Kent, which is like another word, another Aussie cunt word. You fucking Kent. You can say Kent. I
gotta change it.
I think Brad's gonna start using the word Kent from now on too.
Cunt.
You guys got to see when you jump on Brett Shirley's channel and he types in the cunt command, you guys will just fucking laugh your ass off. That dude, like, I don't even have conversations with Brett. He replies with fucking audio jingles half the time.
Very nice.
He's fucking just, oh man. But anyway, it's been fun. You guys are all awesome. Shout out to everyone tuning in.
Yeah, we got a great group here tonight of people coming in to hang out with us while you're here. So I appreciate you bringing these people. What I'm going to do is we're gonna finish with another one of your tracks to take us out, and then Love Bunny and Chris, fuck it, I'm not rating anybody. I'm not doing it today. Thank you everybody though, by the way, for the hype train and all the bits and subs. I was goofing around, but thank you all for doing that. That was greatly appreciated. You didn't have to, so I thank you for that. So we're gonna go out. We're gonna play your video, another track, and then that's it. We're gonna say goodbye when all is said and done after the video. So the video that we're going to play, I'm gonna put here. I'm scrolling, trying to find it. I got it here.
I want to read to D Money.
It's what's that?
I want you to read to D Money.
Is he on?
He's on.
All right, we like D Money. So after we say goodbye at the end with the Ferris Bueller Love Bunny, let's go over to D Money. All right. So we're gonna play a song, Samus J featuring Stacy and was it Annerly?
Annerly.
And this one's from this year, right? 2023.
It came out last year, but it was scheduled for release this year. So they were doing limited CD copies of it. But Anna Lee is actually Ann Lee. She's done a lot of vocals for a lot of Eurodance artists. So stay tuned for more of those because you guys are in for a treat.
And both of the videos that we played tonight, there's a shitload of videos on extendedmix.com, by the way, Free plug. Why would you want to sponsor the show? We just play your videos. And Vinny Vegas, holy shit! If you don't stop with the puns, I'm going to drive up there and punch you in the face.
Yes, Sarah. And Levi 2 times. Same chick.
2 times anally. All right. Here it is, folks. Samus, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.